Welcome to Mindfully Integrative Podcast with your host, Dr. Damaris G. Mindfully Integrative is a podcast discussing ways toward mindfully incorporating integrative health into our lives. This podcast will have informative resources, fun topics, interviews, and discussions relatable for today with a true mindful perspective in a mind-body, holistic life approach.
So what is mindful eating? It's being in the present moment and taking a very strong moment to acknowledge the food that you're consuming and being aware of this without distraction, without bother, and knowing that what you put in your body will be consumed, but I'll also give you the acknowledgement of nutrients. And when you are consuming this amount of food, you're also acknowledging that it will give you what your body needs for that time. You need about 25 to 30 bites prior to finishing one bite, and that can take some time. And that's that point where if you ate this way all the time, you actually may not be overweight or not nutrient, like you have less nutrients within the body. Now, when you're mindlessly eating, you sometimes will not have a consistent time that you eat. You may eat in the car, on the go. You also might find yourself emotionally eating. You're eating and multitasking. I know there's tons of people that are usually working at their computer and then having lunch or dinner, watching TV and eating, looking at our phone and eating. It happens to all of us. Every single one of us does it. I myself am included. What I'm trying to do is just kind of give you an idea. If you could take one meal or at least a portion of that meal and try to be mindful with your eating. So for me, what I try to do is I try to have, as much as I can, a designated breakfast, snack, lunch, dinner, snack. So designated times, so at least tentatively time blocked, so that I have a set time of that's when I'm going to eat and not try to do other parts of my work or day or something. For me, I have a little one, so I try to mindfully take the time for him and I to eat together so that we can enjoy and also connect. So part of that is there for me. Everybody has a different schedule and things. And then also it helps so that I'm not overeating. That emotional eating for me was part of my issues. And, it's nice to have all those good things, but that's not going to make you feel better when you keep, your body changes. And multitasking, it's, you really need to kind of consider. And the other big part of mindful eating is you kind of make the choice of what you're putting in your body. Instead of the donut, are you going to choose oatmeal instead, or a nice egg white, something else? Like, are you going to take a little bit more time when you think of that? You listen to your body. You really are aware are you hungry or are you thirsty? Why is my energy low? What was I consuming throughout the day? Am I eating with others, or if I'm eating by myself, am I really taking the moment to think about my meal? Is it nutritious? Is it healthy? Do I understand that? Or am I just kind of like putting something in my body just to shove it in? We've all had those days. We know what those long days are like. Some days are like that. But if you could try one part of your day to get in a little mindful bite, a few of those 30 chews per meal, per bite, that would be great. And it just kind of also lets you kind of be aware, where does that food come from? You kind of find yourself eating less processed stuff when you take a mindful moment, because then if you look at I don't know what you guys eat, but for me, today I had like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So I try to buy like natural peanut butter. I do, my jelly was like an organic, no sugar jelly except from the fruit. I'm gluten-free, so I use like these gluten-free wraps, and that's my, I spread my my peanut butter and I spread my jelly and I take one bite, and then that takes me a minute or two. And then I don't go on to the next bite until I'm ready, until my 30 bites or so are ready, or until I just take a pause. Each one of us, I have to say mindful eating for me is definitely something that is beneficial because I am a hyper person. I'm a one that's always kind of on the go, and I didn't stop. I'm always rapidly going and not letting my body slow down and listening to what's going on. And this is just one technique of being mindful within yourself. So I, commend each one of you at some point in your day or your week to try to take some time to be mindful, because benefits of it for you are immense. First, it kind of lets your body catch up to where your brain is going, like what, if it has enough energy, if it needs more. You're able to kind of know what the signals in the hunger is. Is it hunger or is it thirst? Like I said, I drink a lot more water, and drinking more water actually kind of takes away some of that hunger need. Because most of the time you may just be thirsty. You might just be more dehydrated. It lets you kind of open up and have like great place to think about how you're eating and what kind of choices that you're putting in your body. It gets you motivated, so that you're not emotionally eating and you're taking a nutritional look at things. You're looking at your whole picture of yourself, right? It might even find yourself being less of a binger or unhealthy eater, and you'll find yourself maybe even weight loss. That could be a benefit from this. It gives you a better idea of what others are doing. I mean, you chew thoroughly, 30 bites. I'm going to say even 20 bites for your sandwich or your apple or an orange. I'm going to make a video of just mindfully eating an orange and see how long that can take. It is just less rushed. You chew thoroughly. The enzymes within the mouth actually give it time to break down that food so that when it's swallowed and goes down into your stomach, the body is able to break it down better and digest better. When you eat in silence, now this one is not for everyone, but sometimes I'll have maybe soft music or I won't have anything on, trying to eat without anything or distracting you. Now, you don't really want to use your phone or watch TV when you're eating. I mean, what happens is that your mind will wander and you'll start going to that and forget what exactly you're putting and shoveling into your body, shall we say. And you really end up not knowing what it is for you. It's just another way to kind of like just focus on that moment and that present thing. This is just one part of being mindful in your day. You can do this showering. You can do mindfulness in walking. You can do mindfulness in even a work event or task. But it's something that it is a option and available to you that I try for myself so that I can really consume things that don't do harm to me, that help me digest and rest and take a mindful moment on what I'm doing. And even on top of that, I take it to another step. I try to prepare what I'm going to eat by looking at a shopping list or prep my food earlier in the week. It's not for everybody, but you try, you kind of cook a couple of meals, maybe Sunday and Monday of the week. I hope this was a couple good tips for you. And if you guys have any good tips, let me know, and I'll talk with you guys on another time, and I'll have a great day. Okay. Always know that mindful eating takes some time and some practice, and eating slowly, more bites, thoroughly, without distraction until you're full. You can do it. Just take one day out of the week to try it out, or one moment in the day. Thanks so much for joining in. Dr. Damaris G. May your strength and peace bring you peace in every day and balance. Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Mindfully Integrative Show with Dr. Damaris Maria Grossman, family nurse practitioner. This podcast is for informational and educational purposes only and is not the substitute for professional medical advice, diagnose, or treat. Always consult your healthcare provider before making changes to your healthcare routine. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss an episode. If you enjoyed our show, please support us by leaving a mindful review on Apple Podcasts or your favorite streaming platform. Interested in being a guest or more information? Email us at info@mindfullyintegrative.com. For resources mentioned in the show, visit our website at www.mindfullyintegrative.com. You can also connect mindfully with Dr. Damaris on her social media links found on the site. May your strength and peace guide you to find a mindful way every day. Namaste.